would you say that you, the women you were with before, would you say that you built with them, or how would you characterize that?
I built in spite of them.
You built in spite of them, right? But was your goal at that time to, you get married? I think I'm going to build with somebody.
No.
Okay. My question is, if you could go back, um, and because you've been through probably several relationships that were long-term
Mhm.
relationships. If you could go back, what would you do? And you can't go back and have all the knowledge you have now.
Right.
However, if you could just go back and at that time, like kind of just change something, what would you change?
I wouldn't have been in a relationship until I was in my late 30s. Or not late 30s. I got, hit my stride around 30.
Mm-hmm.
So I would have focused on my purpose instead of my and having fun and pleasure. I would have focused on building the skills that took me that much longer to build, because I was trying to be a good husband. I was trying to be romantic. I was trying to do all the other things that took my time away from me from moving towards my purpose. So if I could go back and do it all over again, I wouldn't even consider being in a relationship until I was already established. It'd be the furthest thing from my mind. I'd have just been on.
Yeah.
I did have spells where in between relationships where I was like telling them, like, listen, I can only do A, B, and C. If you want D, E, and F, you get that for somebody else.
Yeah.
So I probably would have that's all that I would have allowed myself to commit to with a woman, as far as like romantically speaking, and then, hit my stride a little earlier.
Do you think that, how much do you think you learned from going through all of that? And do you think you needed to learn those things to be who you are right now? And if not, how else would you have acquired that knowledge if it was important?
I don't think that, as far as what my purpose is and the things that I do to
be able, I'm assuming you think that you can be a great leader and a great man and a man that a woman needs in her life.
Mm-hmm.
You think you still would have been the same person right now without those lessons that you learned and things you've been through?
Yeah, because that's part of my purpose. Part of my purpose has always been to be a leader. Like I understand that I understood early that I'm not a follower. I'm not a good employee. I'm not somebody I'm just unemployable for the majority of things. If it's not something I want to do, I'm not going to do it. Just my personality type. So, the fact that I survived my military career with that mindset, is probably the only thing that I would have needed to do. The lessons I learned there, the things that I've learned about women in relationship is just their nature. I don't feel that any situation I've had, for the most part, is special or anything that I couldn't have learned from one of you. Do I appreciate the lessons that I've learned? 100%. Just because of I find the lessons in all the bad things or the good things. But did I need that to get to where I am now? To the businessman, the father part, the protector, provider part? No, because I was raised by one.